Anyway, let's move on to something else. Let's move on to the end of Mandalorian season 3. Now, the last 2 episodes were okay, but I suppose maybe mildly above okay, but okay. But ultimately, this series has been a complete and utter letdown.
Yeah, what have they done? They go from the highs of introducing Luke Skywalker, where everyone was losing. Even my wife. I mean, I've got 4 sons, right? So Sarah, as she's sort of been over the years, been forced to like Star Wars.
To like Star Wars, yeah.
And I remember when the whole Luke, because my son Jake had already seen it, and he says, "You need to stop what you're doing and go and watch Mando, the last one." I was like, "Right, fine." So we sat down. My wife was in the kitchen; she was cooking or something. And then she heard something going on. It was the music and the noises of the Force. And she come in with a glass of wine and she sat down and she went, "Is this going to be Luke Skywalker?" And I was like, you have managed to capture the hearts and imaginations of a 46-year-old housewife who's sort of been forced into liking Star Wars over the last 30 odd years. And she loved it. And then you've basically taken that and thrown it all away.
I can't understand. Usually, this is a really weird one, but I usually think the 3rd series or something is generally the best one. I still remember the original, like Alias with Jennifer Garner, and the 3rd season was, it's fantastic. And
yes.
a lot of season 3s are quite good. So I was kind of quite optimistic about this, but it was the fact of setting up Baby Yoda was going to be back, or Grogu's going to be back. Baby Yoda, how old am I? Grogu's going to be back because of the ship they built with the dome, and you're thinking, "Gosh, what's the dome for?" And just with all of the adventures with this, there's no kind of there's no edge to them. There's just it was so flat. The whole thing was just so flat. And then this last episode was pretty decent. However, the last 10 minutes were just cringe. Oh, I couldn't. So many people have said to me, right, why, if he's got his own homestead and there's nobody around, does he still have to wear his helmet around his son? Surely he could put on some...
Baby Yoda's not allowed to see his face anymore, is he? Because he's been re-washed in the waters of Mandalore or something. But
that's pretty
the way
rough.
It ended as well with that circle going in a Baby Yoda with the frog. It's like, what
yeah, again. I was exactly the same. And I was like, seriously? And I just, the end of season 2 was the best thing Disney have done Star Wars wise out of everything. Bringing Luke back.
Fucking magical.
Yeah, it was. And then now it's just, like I said, I think halfway through the season of Mando, I was just kind of, I'm watching it because I have to review it. That's the only reason. And other than that.
Me and you, we disagreed on a few episodes, didn't we?
Yeah.
You gave most of them all 1s and 2s. So I thought, actually, that was pretty good. I would have given that a 4. But then I think my interest just towards the end of it, Phil, I just got to the point where I was just like, I don't care. What am I doing? I don't give a shit anymore. I genuinely don't care.
I'm not invested.
About Baby Yoda, who's basically, at first he was like, yeah, look, they're not using CGI. This is great. This is, I like it, a bit of old school. And then he got to the point where they're literally just fucking throwing this doll around the set. And you're meant to think he's using a Force. And then you've got those 3 red guards that have basically destroyed that other Mandalorian with the big Tommy gun, and they basically held their own against the 2 Jedi in Ruin Johnson's monstrosity of a movie. And yet they can't get this stupid little green thing that's hovering about 5 foot above them.
Again, it's one of those scenes.
Sort of
that's a scene that works in Tom and Jerry. Brilliant. But for Star Wars, no. It just, like you say, it was ridiculous. It was... Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was bad.
It was terrible. And Ashley Twin said it's how poorly directed Mando was. Yeah, it was awful. It was like amateur hour. And you put a tweet up, didn't you? Sort of having a moan at Bryce Dallas Howard.
God,
and the people were getting on your case about it on Twitter. Like, carrying on like this is fucking Stanley Kubrick.
Wow. I mean, again, it was unbelievable. Her direction has been good in the past. She has done some good episodes. I'm not taking that away from her. It's been, I mean, compared to the rest of the Disney stuff, it's been all right. But that episode with Lizzo, and it was like, oh, it's not her direction or it's like she signed off on that story. She had to do Lizzo and everybody else and whatnot, and it was atrocious. And then what was really funny was, I don't follow her on Twitter, but her name came up, I was trending, and I clicked on it, and then it had her, and I clicked on her, and she said, oh, thank you to everybody for the last episode we did of Mando, blah, blah, blah. And I read the comments, and all of them were just bots saying, oh, it was such a great episode, easily the best episode of all this stuff. And I'm going, none of those people are real. Nobody on planet Earth, with any level of intelligence, thought that was a good ending or a good episode. It was terrible. So, I mean, overall, like I say, it's had a couple of decent moments. I'm not denying that. But overall, Mando Season 3 was a real letdown. I've
got to be honest. I'll tell you where I am with Star Wars. Mando was the last glimmer of hope I had for that franchise because Seasons 1 and 2 were so good.
Yeah.
I didn't mind Andor. I quite liked Andor. But I think with Andor, you could have put that in any franchise in any world and it wouldn't have mattered. It need to be Star Wars.
I am going to give Andor another go because I know now what to expect. Like I say, I didn't get it that first time round, but I'm going to give it another go.
I liked it, but it wasn't necessarily. It didn't have to have Star Wars attached to it. It could have been anything.
Yeah.
So, but Mando for me was the last glimmer of hope I had for this franchise, and then I've got through Season 3. Kennedy's still on board. We're getting 3 new films with Ray Palpatine. We've got The Acolyte, which I think is black woman led because she's black and she's a woman. You've got Ahsoka, which again, women power. And I'm like, do you know what? I'm done. I'm not going to watch any more Star Wars. I'm done with it. I'm checking out. You've done it. You took that last glimmer of hope and you threw it in my face.
Thank you for watching this excerpt from Outpost Frequencies. Tune in live every Sunday at noon Central Time or 6 o'clock UK time. And also, remember to come to lastmovieoutpost.com for all your latest in movie news, streaming news, and everything cool about film. We are the cool news now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next stream.